Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 5 of my 2024 music album recap series. So each of these episodes, we're going through 100 albums that I listened to in 2024. Each one features 100 different albums. There'll be links in the description to where you can check out the previous entries. So again, this is part 5. Also in the description will be a complete list of all the albums featured in this video. So let me just load my spreadsheet up here. And again, this is the next 100 albums. So we started off this batch with some Van Halen. We listened to Van Halen II. Just an excellent album there. More Brian Eno after that with Ambient 2, The Plateaux of Mirrors. I think we've discussed on this show or this channel the Ambient for Airports. So this is the album right after that one. Just an amazing ambient album. After that, I listened to Donna by Stevie Nicks. That was a really great album there. I Love Rock and Roll by Joan, Jett, and the Blackhearts was after that. Following that was Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. I believe that is her second album. Some Garbage here, so huge Garbage fan. So we have No Gods, No Masters. Currently still their most recent album. They're putting another album out, and I think at the end of May, I think. So, but No Gods, No Masters is one of their better albums. I think it's probably their best one since they've been back. So they did a few albums initially. They were on a hiatus for like 7 years, and then they came out in 2012 with new music. I think 3 albums since they've been back with Not Your Kind of People, Strange Little Birds, and No Gods, No Masters. I think out of those 3, No Gods, No Masters is my favorite. After that, I think this is more ambient music. It was Tomorrow Was the Golden Age by Big and Ruth. So, like I said, really in 2024, I started kind of just listening to more ambient music, and that was another one of those. After that, into some country. Don't really do country a whole lot, but I listened to Hillbilly Deluxe by Brooks and Dunn. That was fun. After that was the album by Haddaway. I think What Is Love is possibly on that one. I'm probably going to mispronounce the name of this album, but we have Stevie Wonder with Fulfillingness. Fulfillingness is first finale. I think I actually got it. Cool. So yeah, some Stevie Wonder there. More Charli XCX after that with How I'm Feeling Now. After that was Chuck Mangione, Chase the Clouds Away. Just a really good jazz record. I have that one on vinyl actually. Really good. After that was Play On by Carrie Underwood. More jazz with Herb Alpert in Rise. I think that was just him on his own. Don't think he was with I don't think the Tijuana Brass was on that album. Next up, I had Honky Château by Elton John. One of his best records, in my opinion. It's got Honky Cat on there. That's one of his best songs as well. After that was Windy and Carl with Depths. I think that was another ambient record. After that, I listened to Misunderstood by Pink. That's a really good album from her. Then I listened to Penthouse by Wun Two. Back to some more Chuck Mangione with Feel So Good. After that, I listened to Midnight Magic by the Commodores. Then some Rick Astley with Whenever You Need Somebody. After that was Human After All by Daft Punk. I think that was one where they were using more like actual, I don't want to say actual instruments, but like a lot of their other stuff was obviously all like a lot of synthesizers and computers and stuff like that. I think this one was mostly like actual guitars and drums and stuff like that from what I remember reading about it. After that was All Killer No Filler by Sum 41. Then listened to Franz Ferdinand with their self-titled album. Then it was Lionel Richie with Can't Slow Down. After that was Red by Taylor Swift. One of my favorite records from her. It was actually the first one that I actually listened to. I think that was back in 2012. But Red is one of my favorite albums from her. For me, it's Red. I think my 3 favorite are not necessarily in any order. Red, 1989, and Folklore. But Red is really good. And that was kind of I had heard some of her songs before that. But Red was the first one where I actually went out and fully listened to the album. After that was Like Clockwork by Queens of the Stone Age, one of their best records as well. After that, I listened to Defying Gravity by Keith Urban, so just some country music there. Kenny G with Kenny G Live, just a really good live jazz album. After that, I listened to Road to Ruin by the Ramones. Then 94 Discount, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, by Oval. I think that was more ambient music. After that, I listened to Sweetener by Ariana Grande, followed by the self-titled album by Steeler's Wheel. I think that one got stuck in the middle on it. After that, I listened to Kiss by Carly Rae Jepsen. Then some Doobie Brothers with Minute by Minute. I think this is all. The next one here is another ambient record. It's Keith Fullerton Whitman with Playthroughs. Again, I think that was an ambient record. I could be mistaken. Then I listened to 21 by Adele. After that was Hoser, hope I pronounced it correctly. Hosier, I'm probably mispronouncing it. The self-titled from him. After that was Led Zeppelin 1 by Led Zeppelin. Then Let It Bleed by the Rolling Stones. That's a really great album. It's got Give Me Shelter on it. That's one of my favorite Rolling Stones tracks. After that was Surfing by the Ventures. Just a really good, solid surf album there. After that was kind of in the ambient space. It is David Lynch and Alan R. Spelt. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anyway, sorry, excuse me. It is the Eraserhead original soundtrack. And that's kind of like the very like drone, kind of heavy ambient music. After that, I listened to Read My Mind by Reba McEntire. Followed that up with The Best Damn Thing by Avril Lavigne, or Avril? Yeah, Avril Lavigne. I don't know why I'm mispronouncing that so badly. But The Best Damn Thing, I think that's got Girlfriend on it. That's a really good track. Like, hey, I can be your girlfriend. No way. Or however it goes. After that was Loud by Rihanna. After that was Coastal Railways in Memories. I'm probably going to completely mispronounce this name of this artist. I think it's an ambient record. But it's Chihai Hatakavama. I completely apologize, but that was a really good kind of ambient record. After that was Ride the Lightning by Metallica. Then some TLC with Ooh on the TLC Tip. Followed by Terry Sutton in Paris Sessions featuring Serge Madlin and Kevin Axt, I think. Kind of like, I think it was like a vocal jazz record. After that was From the Heart by Johnny Adams. Following up with Rags to Riches by Idea Fire Company. And then PJ Harvey to bring you my love. I think that's got like Down by the Water. I think that's that album. After that was An Innocent Man by Billy Joel. I think one of his best albums. Like, just got a lot of great tracks on it. After that was Seven the Hard Way by Pat Benatar. Then Dean Martin with Dean Martin Sings. After that was a film score. So the George S. Clinton and the film score to Wild Things. Not the soundtrack with like the various artists, but it was all just the kind of score for that album. I think it's got a very good score. After that was Magical Mystery Tour by the Beatles. Then Why Loud by NX Worries. After that was When the Whistle Blows Anything Goes by the Soul Survivors. Then Harmony in Ultraviolet by Tim Hecker. That's another ambient record. We have Ain't That Good News by Sam Cooke. And then I moved into Emails I Can't Send Forward by Sabrina Carpenter. I was kind of listening to some of her stuff to kind of get ready for when Short and Sweet came out, because I think she was kind of piecemealing out some of the singles at this time. I think like Espresso and Please, Please, Please were kind of already out, so I listened to that album to kind of get ready for Short and Sweet. After that was The Kinks' self-titled. Then I listened to 10 by Pearl Jam. After that was Camilla by Camilla Cabello. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. After that was Boris and Feedbacker. Then into some punk music. We go Milo Goes to College by Descendants. After that was Stranger in Town by Bob Seger. And then into some Beyonce. I listened to I Am Sasha Fierce. And then more NX Worries with Yes Lord. I think those are they reverse the order. I think like somebody was telling me to listen to the newest one, which was Why Lord, and then I think Yes Lord was first. I could be wrong. But after that was When in Rome, self-titled. After that was some more kind of punk, a little bit more on the pop punk side, was California by Blink-182. Following that was Come Fly With Me by Frank Sinatra. And then She's So Unusual by Cyndi Lauper. Tiger Lily by Natalie Merchant. Great album. Kind of, I think, her first solo album after leaving 10,000 Maniacs. Came out in 1995, and I remember really liking that album when it came out, and I think I picked up the CD at like a thrift store at some point. After that was The Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails. And then Simple Things by 07. It's not quite ambient, but I remember it being like this album being very kind of like electronic heavy, but also like a relaxed, almost bordering into the ambient kind of style. After that was Suicidal Tendencies with their self-titled. I think it's got the Institutionalized song on it, which I first heard, I think it was Guitar Hero 2 when that came out, or that in that game. Then I listened to America's self-titled album. After that was Title by Fiona Apple. And then Talkie Walkie by Air. And then I listened to Sloosh, or I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Sloosh by Skunk Anasazi. And then I listened to back to some more country music, The Great American Bar Scene by Zach Bryan. After that was Fine Line by Harry Styles. And back to PJ Harvey again, I listened to Is This Desire. I think I did a full video of that one from the 1998 series because it came out that year. But a really good album from her. Then I listened to Goo by Sonic Youth. After that was Sports by Huey Lewis and the News, just a classic album from them. After that was Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. And then somebody was telling me about Immortal Girlfriend and Sojourner. This is a great kind of like electronic album. So a friend of mine recommended that one. After that, we moved into Eminem with the Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace. So I think we're approaching like midsummer at this point when I was listening to these albums. Because I think that album came out sometime in July, if I'm remembering correctly. After that was Selected Ambient Works 85 to 92 by Aphex Twin. It's kind of a compilation album, but it's a really good just ambient record. I try not to do a whole lot of compilation albums, but like I do make exceptions for them from time to time on these just when I go out and listen to new albums. I try to stick to studio albums, but sometimes a compilation gets thrown in there as well. After that was The Nylon Curtain by Billy Joel. It's a really good album from him. After that was The Sign by Ace of Base. And then Music by Madonna after that. More Brian Eno again with Ambient 4 on Land. And then I listened to Rubberneck by the Toadies. Following that was Music Box by Mariah Carey. And then I think Music, the next album is I think another ambient record, but it's Music for 9 Postcards by Hiroshi Yoshimura, hopefully pronouncing that correctly. Then after that was Rocket by Primitive Radio Gods. And then closing out this particular batch of 100, I listened to 2112 by Rush. So that was, again, the next 100 albums. Again, like I mentioned earlier, there'll be links in the description to check out the previous entries in this series, along with a list of all the albums. And we'll be back again in a week with the next 100 albums. And then once we get through all of the albums I listened to, we'll go through our little statistics and see like what genres I was listening to, what years were present, things like that, like what decades, what genres, and all that stuff. So again, we'll be back in a week with the next list. So that's going to do it for now. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one. See ya.